Don't you just love waking up in the morning to the smell of rotting flesh? Welcome back to Heroines! Today, we're gonna teach you how to give your characters an action pose featuring our favorite walker killers, Michonne, Maggie, and Carol from The Walking Dead. First, we need to make sure all these ladies don't upstage each other and stay looking badass, so we'll need to be precise. Carol has the most compact weapon, so we'll throw her in front. But don't get distracted by the fun-sized knife. She's ready to throw down some hurtin', all while balanced and ready for defense. It's important that we make her stable yet nimble. To make this apparent in the drawing, you need to make sure there's a balance in the visual, so we've put her head and fist leaning to the left, and put her other arm raised and out, creating a stable triangle. Putting her fist up and the knife pointing out is what makes this an action pose, something Carol is very familiar with. And coming to the stage now, we have Maggie, first appearing in issue 10 of the comics, and now making her way onto our page. At first, we had gone through a few different options for how her face was going to look, but we landed on this, making her pose possessive instead of permissive, and looking up and forward. She's ready to fire, so she's leaning back, ready for the impact with her feet firmly grounded. It's important to add in the correct angles for this pose since she's leaning back. If her legs were straight down, then the pose wouldn't be believable because it would look as if she's falling backwards. Her arms help balance the weight as well. They're straight out holding the gun and are the only counterweight to the back of her. To take it one step further, we've spaced out equal parts from Maggie's major lines to Carol's, such as Maggie's hair lining up with Carol's fist, and the tip of the gun matching with the tip of the knife.
We're touching tips!
And finally, we have the baddest ass, the badassest of all the ladies, Michonne. Since we've really pushed the perspective, we're able to show most of her body, with her right leg bent as an homage to her fencing days. By focusing our detail on these two elements, we're able to portray Michonne's constant readiness, mentally and physically. Michonne looks mad, Maggie looks focused, and Carol looks more concerned than murder-hungry. And to understand that look, you'll need to understand Carol. Now, this is specifically AMC Carol because in the comics, Carol was 24 and had her daughter Sophia when she was 17. She's portrayed as a more self-centered and neurotic personality who eventually kills herself early on. Live-action Carol starts off as an abuse victim who refused to kill walkers and eventually builds herself up to be a lucid, resilient, and compassionate killer. Maggie in her comic and live-action form are most alike out of the three. Her relationship, personality, and events in the comics are fairly true to her Lauren Cohen self. At the start, Maggie is a faithful, loving daughter of Herschel, who's way too innocent for the zombie apocalypse. But as time moves on, she deals with the harsh realities of the world, including the death of her entire family, and Glenn, the father of her unborn child. This causes Maggie to turn into a brave, independent, and deadly force to be reckoned with. She turned her tragic history into learned lessons, and became the new leader of the Hilltop Colony after punching Gregory in the face and taking a no shits. Her character development is grim, shocking, and so rewarding, and we definitely want to have this murder machine on our team. And now we have Michonne, the last to join the group. This rebel is portrayed by Denai Guerrera in the AMC series and by Samira Wiley in the Telltale miniseries. When you think Michonne, you think katana, her weapon of choice. In the comics, she's referred to as a fencer, which makes her skills with the sword more than reasonable. In many instances, the blade is tied with her as a whole. She refuses to part with it. Her boyfriend gets decapitated by it, and a spicy little metaphor is created when she hangs it on the mantelpiece in Alexandria as a sign of finally feeling safe. In our piece, the sword acts as a through line for the group. Even though each character has their own unique action pose, they all work together to illustrate a polished composition. The line that Michonne's sword starts the point that connects all of the women together. And if you put a line down the center of the piece, you'll see each character is balanced on either the left or right. And even though there are a lot of sharp edges and lines, there are curves that go throughout it to give it a nice flow. For the cherry on top, all of them are looking to the right as if a horde is coming. And if you miss that, then you're definitely not going to see that walker right before he tears your flesh off. Thanks so much for watching! Tell us in the comments what you'd like us to draw next week on Heroines. And if you want to see who'd win in a Walking Dead weapon fight, make sure to check out our Walking Dead episode of The Fighting Show. See how Michonne's katana fares against Negan's bat. Make sure to like and subscribe to Gamrate, and you can check out more art from Mikkel in the links below.